Hi guys, welcome back to the shop. Hey, today I'm going to bore the CT-3 Yamaha, the one that was so wore out. Actually, you look over my shoulder here, it's going right now. It's just finishing up, but you're going to see the whole thing, well, pretty much from, anyway, from the start. I'm not going to go through the setup or any of that again this time. You've seen that multiple times. You've seen this multiple times. But what was really interesting about this one is how wore out it was. And you can kind of watch it as we make passes through. I find it interesting to watch what happened during the wearing process. And I'm going to take you along on the ride. So let's go over and take a look at it. Looks like it's nice and uniform all the way around. Like just above the exhaust part, it's starting to not clean up. I think we're going to find a lot more of that as it goes down and around the ports. That's your wear area. Almost to the bottom now. Got 3/4 of an inch to go. It's I'll show you when I pull this out. But pretty much the exhaust side from just about 3/4 of an inch from the top, pretty much all the way down, is not cleaning up there, so that's a lot of wear that's right there in that area. We're just down to the transfers now. You can hear the interrupted cut. There's after the first pass. pretty much just right there, and a little bit around the intake. I'm not sure whether I can get you around to see that or not. I'll try. Yeah, I think you can see that. Just below the intake port. But other than that, it's looking pretty good. And we would be just about there if we're going to 25 over. It's just not going to work. You're going to have to go 50 to clean it up. You know, everything was good until we got down this far, but that's where all your wear is. It's usually on the exhaust side. Sometimes it'll be on the intake too, but this is mostly on the exhaust. So another one or two passes through, and as of right now, this is a 50 over, so it just barely starts. I'm up to the first ringland, and if you were to do a 25, this is a 25. See, we're down to the pin. That's normally where I start honing, right there. So we wouldn't clean up on a 25. I'll check it again when I get, if it doesn't clean up, and it's not going to, you know, after a couple more thousandths, it just won't do it. So we'll have to go 50. I'm just sure of it. Okay, got it set up for another 2 thousandths. Like it's taking a little bit more of it. We'll see how far down it we'll clean it. Like around the top of the exhaust port, it's still not going to quite clean up, and there'll probably be more too, but I can see a little there. It's getting a little more of it. You can see it's cleaning up a lot more of it on the exhaust side, but it still won't completely clean it up. You just have to deal with the wear the way it is. Thing ought to run a lot better with a straight bore. You can actually see as it continues down that it's probably going to clean up at the very bottom of the bore. So it's just going to be that kind of washed out area around the exhaust port. Yeah, it sure looks like it's going to. we'll see after we get through. This is the second pass with another 2 thousandths taken out. Okay, that's after the second pass, and we cleaned up almost to the bottom. We got a little bit at the very bottom and around the exhaust port. And there's just a little bit on the intake side. Let me see if I can get you around there. Just a little bit below the intake port that's still worn. So I don't know whether another pass of 2 will take it or not. It'll be close. Let me see what a piston feels like there now. There's the 25. I don't know. I don't think so. And our 50 is going to not quite the second ring land. So let me get set up here for another 2. Third pass through, another 2 thousandths. It's taking some more of it. I don't know if it'll clean it or not. Be close. No, it's not even going to clean it at the top. It brings it in though from both sides. Like it's going to clean up pretty much to the bottom. I just don't think we're going to luck out and be able to get 25 to clean it. It's going to be real close. I guess if you really wanted to save the meat, you could probably do it. Alright, you can see just around the exhaust port and just about, 3/4, not even that, a 1/2 inch at the very, very bottom, just a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and measure it and see where we're at, but I don't think we're gonna make it with that 25. This is the 25. Yeah, we're down to the halfway on a pin. We can probably get a little more. I'm going to ease into it. If we can save it, by golly, we'll do it. Okay. I'm going to dial 1 more thousandths in, see if it'll, we're down to almost just what it's going to take to give us the clearance. That's all we'd be able to hone out, so I really want it to clean up. We'll see what another thousandths does to it. All right, guys, I just wanted to show you here where we're at. This is within 1/1000th of being 25 over and the 2/1000th clearance. So within 1/1000th of being ready to put on the bike, and it's just not going to clear up. We're just not going to be able to clean it up with 25. We've got to go to 50. So, you know, we've got this little spot right here and a little spot here, and then right down here at the very bottom, right maybe to here, from there to right about there. That's everything else cleared up, and I actually boarded a 1/1000th over this way, hoping that it would clear up, and it just didn't. It's not going to do it. So we're going to go on. You know, if it was my own cylinder, I might just go ahead and hone the last 1/1000th or so out and put it on there and use it, but I'm not going to do that for somebody else's. I think this is, you know, I kind of like to save enough for more bores, but I just think this is better off. We'll just go on up to 50. I've got the piston for it, so I really didn't think it would even be this close. It was so worn. So on we go. Okay, I took another 2/1000ths, and you can see that we're still not clear here, and I don't know whether you can see the bottom or not. Right here, from the edge to about right here, maybe just a 1/4 of an inch at the bottom. I think you can see it there. You know, this just interests me. I kind of I like to look at the wear patterns, and I'm not in any big hurry. I never am when I'm doing stuff like this, and I just like to see what exactly it's going to take to get one to clean up. And in this case, with this extra 2, we would have been actually at 3/1000ths clearance at this point on a 25 over piston. So we would have already exceeded the the maximum allowable rebuild clearance by 1/1000ths. So, you know, that's why you just don't want to do that for somebody else. You can, you know, if you mess something up yourself, then it's on you, but you want to do the best job that you can, and that's what I try to do. So I'm going to take another 2 and just see. I think it may just about, I don't know, I think right here on the ports, I think it was chipping away at this for quite a while. It'll clean up at 50, but it's I'm just curious to find out exactly where it does clean up at how many thousandths. So on we go. And just before we start again, I just want to put our piston, this is our 50, and see we're almost to the pin already. So this is the wise thing to do. This is the 50. So we're gonna, I knew that's what it was gonna take, but I just wanted to see if we could sneak a 25 out of it. But it's just not gonna happen, and we're just gonna proceed on from here. Now I just took another 2, just about everything cleared up except just directly around the ports. I'll show you. You can see, now, get this out of your way. Still just a little bit right here where the rings were chipping at the cylinder. and a little bit here, but not very much. This is the worst part, and it's cleared up all the way down. So it's pretty well clean except for right there, and you know, if that doesn't come out, then it doesn't. But I'm not going to go another full piston clearance or size in order to get that out. I think more of it will. Let's check and see what the piston looks like now. Okay, we're still not quite down to the pin, so we've got quite a bit more we can still go. But that was another 2, and that's pretty much got the trick done right there. So we'll dial another 2 in, and that should get us down to where we normally stop to hone, I think. We'll see when the time comes. Actually, I think I'll just go ahead and take a measurement while we're here. Okay, according to my measurements, we're 9 thousandths out. So, and that's without the clearance. So we've still got 9 thousandths to bore. I don't like cutting it that close, so I'll probably take 7. I think this is going to be our last pass. It should put us at hone at about 4 thousandths. That's kind of what I like to do. Just about to the bottom. You'll hear it shut off there pretty quick as far as the downbeat goes. There you go. Did better on that port than I thought we was going to, and we've still got 4 thousandths or so to go, so it might clean up a little more. It actually may have been from kind of a little overzealous employee, I don't know. It seems to be a little bit right here and a little bit over here, but it cleaned up in the middle, and you just got maybe a ½ inch right here. It may have just been from the worker that was relieving those ports. Maybe got in there a little too far, but my first thought was this thing was so loose it was chipping away at the port, and I don't know. Doesn't matter. We got her fixed up, I think. Let me get my measuring tools over here and let's see where we're at. I'm sorry, I had my mic over there on the bench. I hope that you could hear me this last time. Didn't say anything very important, but let's see where we're at here. Let's see, what was my piston size? Okay, the piston size was 2.618. See if it still is. I hope so. Yeah. Okay. And what I'm measuring here now is 2.615. So we're within three thousandths right now. Let's see what the fit looks like. We probably ought to just about go in there. I was trying to get a little closer, but I don't want to. I kind of, that last 4 or 5 thousandths I usually like to hone out. Yeah, she's down about halfway on the pin. And again, that's our 50. So I think I'm going to stop right there. That's actually, the 3 thousandths is what we need in order to get the bore the same size as the piston. So then we've got 1.8, or actually 0.0018 to take out for clearance. So we're closer to 5 thousandths we've got to hone out. So I think we'll just call it a day right there and do the rest with the hone. Okay guys, I think we're done. So we'll get it out of here. Take it over on the bench and take a look at it. Pretty good pile of cast iron started there. Alright, take a peek at it. This line's where I brought the boring bar up. That'll hone out. But the part that we were most interested in was just above the exhaust port there, and you can see that most of it is gone. There's a little bit of it right here and a little bit right here, and like I said before, it might have just been from a little overzealous worker when they were chamfering the ports, but it looked to me like with as loose as it was, I think the piston rings were grabbing it. It was awful noisy. But everything else is looking good, I think. And that's to 50. And let's see what we end up with. I think I didn't quite get it. Yep, right at 15. And our piston was at 18, I think. Yeah, 18. And our piston fit, just what I like, right there. So we'll hone the other, should be around 4,500, something like that. So that's good enough. That should do real good. So that'll be in another video, of course, like it usually is. So there you go, guys. Another boring job. I've done a lot of 175 Yamahas this year. I don't know, maybe close to 10. I just, when they first come out, I thought, why would anybody want that? You got 125 for the smaller people and younger people, and the 250 for the grown-ups and people that like to go really crazy. And I thought, well, why do they make a 175? And maybe it took me a lifetime to figure it out, because these days I really like that 175, the 185 Suzuki, the mid-size bike. They got the power of a 250 almost, and the lightweight of a 125. So, I mean, what's not to like there? And you can modify them or whatever, kind of like I'm doing with the 125 MX. You can put the 250 forks on them or whatever. But I mean, you can do anything you want, and they just got the right amount of power for me these days. So it's kind of my favorite thing, and I really enjoy the CT-2 that I ride quite a bit, and I'm building the AT1 to CT1, which will be the piston port version of that, and I think it's gonna be just as much fun. It's just the way it is, and eventually my plans are to build a 175 for the 125 MX, just for if I just want to go trail riding or something like that. I can just swap the engine out, and it's more mildly tuned and whatnot, but it's going to have all the longer forks, the longer shocks, the longer swing arm, all that stuff that I put into that. So I don't know, that's just kind of my thoughts these days. I just seem like, man, I'm doing a lot of these this year because I think other people like them too. Anyhow, it's Thanksgiving. My wife's been cooking all day, and people aren't coming over until about an hour from now, so I thought I'd get out here and get this video finished up and try to get it up tonight. And I hope everybody enjoys it. So hey, thanks for going along on the ride. Watch the turkey, don't eat too much. See you next video.